Moving on to our next part of Target A notes. Remember I told you there's 3 sections of it? Well, this is day 2. I know it says day 1 there, but it's actually day 2. The other one was, day 1 was where we practiced the arithmetic sequence. And for this one, we're graphing. We're graphing and we're getting the slope. Okay, slope means change, and I should write that right here. Slope means change. So we need to find the change between the points in a graph. The equation that we're going to use is called rise over run, which is a change of y over the change of x. The little triangle means change. All right, and the change again, well, the y, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the y is your lines that go up and down in your graphs. Those are your y's. Therefore, when you are finding the change for the rise, the first step is to always make sure that you move your points up and down first. Up or down. You go down, make sure that you use negative numbers, and if you go up, you use positive numbers. Over your second step, which is your run. Your run is always going to be from left to right. And same thing, you go to the right side is positive numbers, you go to the left side is negative numbers. So make sure you are using the right, correct signs for each number. So the main thing about the graph is that you have to pay attention to which one is your first point. It matters. So I don't know if you guys know, but the graphs are read from left to right. So as you can see from my graph right here, we have this line in red. Again, you go from left. Which one's closer to the left side? As you can see, the top or the bottom. Well, as you can see, the bottom side is closer to the left. That means that this line is starting from this and it ends over here. Okay? As you can see, the graph is going up. Starts and it ends up here. That means that it's increasing. That means that this is a positive slope. Which means that my numbers I'm going to have to be all positive. I cannot have negative numbers. Okay? So, here we go. All I'm going to do is, well, label my first points. They gave me the points in blue. So this point has to be the first point because it starts right here and it ends over here. That this is the second point. From the first point to the second point, you need to move either up or down. Well, I notice my point is going up, so I need to go up to this point right here and then to the right. So I went up. All you have to do now is count the squares. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went up 7 and I went to the right 1, 2. So my answer for this, my slope for this, 7 over 2. Okay. All right, and that's it. That's all we're doing for these. The next one, again, this is the left side, this is the right side. Okay, which one is closer to the left side? And this one's really easy because I noticed that this is the closest to the left, this is all the way to the right. Therefore, this line starts right here and it ends right here. That means that my line is a negative slope. That means that I should have negative numbers in this one, okay? All right, the 3 points that they gave me. This is the first point, this is the second, and this is the third point. You only gonna use the first 2 points. And again, you have this point and this one. I need to go from this first point to the second one. Well, remember, you're always gonna go up or down first. Do not go left and right first. Either up or down, okay? So for this one, I'm not gonna go up because my points are not up there. My points is down here, so I'm actually going down 1 and then 3 to the right. So again, I'm going to count from here to here is 1. And again, I went down, so it's negative 1. And then to the right, 1, 2, 3, over 3. And your slope will always be the same for all the points on the line. If you notice, I'm going to do the same thing for the next point. From the second point to the third point, I'm going to go down 1 and then over 3. And I could keep going down 1, over 3. And this should be another point right here. So again, your slope will always be the change for all the points. It has to match for all of them. Okay, we're going to do one more. For this one, your first point, again, from the left to the right side. This point right here is closest to the left than this point right here at the end. You see how the distance is so far apart? That means that, okay, this is the starting of the line, and this is the ending of the line, which means that this point right here they gave me is the first point, this is the second point, and this is the third point because it starts from here and it's going down. Okay, so this is a negative slope. From the first point to the second point, remember, first step, always move up or down. That's my first step. Well, I notice that my line is going down because it's negative, so I know that the points are going to go down. They're going to go down to this point and then down to this one. And again, you could do it again and again and again and again. Okay, let's just count the squares. I went down 1, 2, 3, so negative 3. Remember, when you go down, it's negative. And then over to the right, 1, 2. So my slope for this is negative 3 over 2. The next one, first point is this one, second point is this one, third point is this one. And again, it starts right here, it ends right here. How do I know? Because this point is closest to the left side. Always point them to the left side. The one that's closest to the left side, that's where it starts. So from the first point to the second point, remember, I'm going to go up or down. I notice that the line is going up. This is a positive slope, which means that I'm going to be moving up first. I'm going to move up and then here. And again, it should always look like steps. You should always be doing steps. All you're going to do is count the squares now. I went up 2 times. And again, I went up, so it's positive. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to the right, so my slope is 2 over 4. Okay? So again, you just are counting the squares and the graph from my slope on graphing.